Yo, what's up, everybody? Jumping here, and today I'm on some Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I want to show you an amazing ability that you can get super early in the game that is actually just overpowered. I mean, this is crazy. It kind of breaks the game in some ways because it allows you to kill super powerful enemies, enemies that are way too strong for you. And that's really important, especially once you get to England, because that allows you to go exploring in places that you really shouldn't be because the enemies are way too strong. And if you have to take out the enemies, you can actually take out the enemies no matter what your power level is. So this is a really busted ability, and I'm going to first talk about the combination, what you need to do to make this work. Then I'll show you how to get the ability, and then I'll show some gameplay of me taking out like an entire camp using the ability. And then I'll show some gameplay of me taking on some enemies that I had no business fighting. I mean, these enemies were so much stronger than I was, and I took them out no problem because of this ability. Now, what we're talking about here is called Thorn of Slumber. Now, this is a range ability, so you do have to aim, you do have to shoot, and you can potentially miss. And if you do miss, you can waste an adrenaline point. That's kind of the only bummer. Early on in the game, when you only have 1 or 2 adrenaline points, that can kind of suck. But later on, when you have more, it shouldn't be a problem. Now, what's so crazy about this is that it's going to make your arrow put enemies asleep. Now, when enemies are sleeping, you can instantly assassinate them. So that's just crazy and really cool. But what's really insane and makes this such an amazing ability compared to other abilities is that when you do assassinate an enemy, you get an adrenaline point. It's guaranteed. So as long as you're doing this right, where you're shooting an enemy and putting them asleep, and then you're assassinating them, this is infinite. Now I'm going to show some gameplay, and in that gameplay, you're going to see me take out an entire mob of enemies just using this combo. It's that good. It's that crazy. Now I'm not telling you that's how you need to play with it. You don't need to abuse it, but it is an option if you want to. Now this gets even more insane and overpowered when you combine it with just one skill. There are other skills that are also very good with this, but you only need the one. You can get it early on, and that is Advanced Assassination. What this does is that it allows you to take out high-level enemies when you do a quick time event, basically. And you do need to get used to the timing of it, and it might take a little bit of practice, but once you do, you can be nailing it, no problem, all the time. If you combine this Advanced Assassination with that ability, you can literally challenge really strong enemies that you shouldn't be fighting, and you're able to actually take them out. Now that's so good because when you're exploring, you might go to certain areas where it's just way too powerful for you, but you might want something from that area. Well, if you do have to fight, just use this combination and you will have no problem dealing with it. So it is amazing. Now, I'm going to show you how to actually unlock the ability, where to find it. You can get one copy of it in Norway, and then you can get another copy of it in England. Alrighty, now the first copy of this ability is going to be in Norway. It's going to be on this left island over here. I do not want to massacre these names, so I'm not going to try. But this is west of your hometown, and there's a lot of really good stuff on this particular island, so make sure to check it out. But there are going to be some enemies in this area, so take them out, and then you'll notice there's this giant tower. Just climb up the tower, and then you got to climb down the ladder that's in the tower, and this is going to be where you're going to find the first copy of this ability. Now, this is in Norway, so I guess technically you can miss this, and if you did, that would suck. That would be a bummer. Now, just in case you did miss that first copy in Norway, there is a copy you can get in England. If you already have the first copy, this will act as an upgrade. I recently just found out where to find the one in England and also what the upgrade can do. And man, it looks awesome. I'm definitely going to go and get this as soon as I can. I just got to England recently, and I've been taking my time with this game. But if you want to know where you can find the copy in England, I have it marked on the map there. Definitely go and get that, especially if you did already have the first copy, because the upgrade looks awesome. Now, this is going to be the gameplay. You're going to see me using this combination of Thorn of Slumber and also Assassinations, which every time I do this, I'm going to use up my adrenaline point, and then doing the assassination, I get it back. You're going to see this is extremely consistent. Now, I'm not saying you should abuse this and just play like this, because it's an option. As you can see, it does work, but you can play however you want. But in some situations where the enemies might be really strong, the enemies in this area are not strong. I'm actually able to fight them no problem. But I wanted to show this on if you can kind of get used to doing this, and especially if you can get used to aiming and not missing. This is very consistent. Now, there are some problems. If the enemies have a shield, if you hit the shield, that's going to waste your adrenaline point. If you're fighting an animal, I don't think you can assassinate animals. You can put them to sleep, and you can get some free damage that way, but you can't just flat out kill them with an assassination. Actual bosses, you cannot just assassinate them. Now, the mini bosses, you can do the quick time events, and you can assassinate a lot of them. But in terms of the actual bosses of the game, no, you're not going to be able to just flat out kill them. Now, once again, you could put them to sleep. At least a couple of them I've tried it on. You can actually put them to sleep, and that will actually allow you to hit them for some free damage. And also, I guess since I can't show it, I can kind of talk about what the upgrade does. What it does is that when you actually put someone to sleep, I'm not exactly sure the order of it, but I believe if you get the assassination, they will actually like have a cloud around them. At some point, there can be an AoE cloud that can put other enemies around them asleep as well. So that's so crazy. Like, that's insane, because right now it's already ridiculous when you're using this because you can just keep doing it nonstop. Imagine if you had like a cloud of AoE sleeping powder, basically. That is even like crazier. I'm just not exactly sure on how it works, but I believe it's either on impact or it's whenever you actually pull off the assassination. Now, this area is level 280, which in England, I don't think any area is 280 from what I can tell. So this is like the highest level area in the game that I've seen so far. And yeah, this fight is against like some crazy enemies. Like, these guys are ridiculous. They can just flat out one-shot me. Well, maybe not one-shot me. Some of them can. I was one-shotted multiple times trying to do this. But I wanted to demonstrate this because I'm going to be able to literally abuse this and take out all these guys. I mean, that's how crazy this is. It doesn't matter. If you can actually get your shot off and then pull off the quick time event with that assassination, you can absolutely just deal with any threat. Even when there's like a group of them, you know, like some of these hits would one-shot me, other times they didn't. I got lucky here. I think I got hit a couple times where it wasn't enough damage to just flat out one-shot me. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like, the fact I'm able to actually do this. And by the way, I was at power level 25, something like that, when I did this. So I was really low. And this area at least is 280, which is the highest I've seen so far. And that's just crazy, man. I was able to do that no problem because this is broken. This is absolutely overpowered. But take advantage of it, man, because it's totally worth it. Alrighty, guys. Well, that's going to do it for this video. I really hope you have enjoyed it and this has helped. If it has, will you please like the video for me? Be sure to subscribe for future videos, and make sure if you do subscribe, click the bell. That's super important on YouTube now. Thank you so much for watching, and I really do hope that everyone has a very nice day, and peace out.